Internationalism is a very important philosophy for Cologne International School, simply because if we are, as students and as people, to step out into the world and make a difference in the future, the world is global, and we need to make sure that our students and ourselves are able to speak the languages, the cultural global languages.
We started this program in 2014. Every year we bring about 10 students, and so far we've brought close to 100 students who have always had something positive to say about the program and have grown in the program.
I chose to participate in the Ghana trip mainly because of what I've heard from previous classes. We used to have these presentations about people that went in the last few years, and I've just seen what amazing things they've done, and our principal likes to say that you come back a completely different person.
I knew that going here would have like a big impact on me, because at home it was all the same, and I knew here it was going to be a lot different.
Primarily to experience a new culture in Ghana. I heard it was very different from what I'm used to. I wanted to see what it was like. Besides that, people told me everyone here is friendly, and of course I needed to visit then.
My sister went the first time we came here, so she told me all about it and she had an amazing time, so I really wanted to join.
I took a gap year because I wanted to write a book and I wanted to travel. I'm going to write a historical fiction novel about World War I, and I came to Ghana because I wanted to gain new experiences that perhaps can even take part in my book.
We chose Ghana partly because I'm Ghanaian, and I know that it's a very safe country. It's one of the safest countries on the globe. I felt that this was an excellent opportunity for students.
To raise money for this trip, I organized a movie night with my friends. We raised approximately 300 euros for it, and it was also a very fun experience for me and my friends to organize such a thing for the first time.
Well, we collected a lot of donations. Everybody has got a donation suitcase.
We organized the candy counting competition, and I organized a pizza sale the day before the trip. And in total, I raised about 650 euros.
When we went to Ghana, the students were able to experience different aspects of Ghana. We have been to an international school doing the same IB program that your children are doing, and they've learned to collaborate with children from other backgrounds.
The trip was an experience by itself. We were able to have a dancing class, we did some drumming, we were able to learn some Swahili, and just talking to other students and sharing their experiences is just amazing, and you learn a lot.
I was very surprised that they would even let us sing after only like less than 1 week of practice. And so when we won, it was like this huge feeling of unity, and in a big family we all won. Everyone was very proud of the hard work we've been through and what we had accomplished. And then the after party, the cake, the celebrations. It was just a very memorable night, and I really want to experience this again if I could.
We did some day trips, but most of the time we stayed at the SOS school and we stayed on campus, or we participated in their lessons, which was also very interesting because they have different lessons to my school.
We went on a canopy walk, that was pretty intense. So we were really high up above the trees, looking over the jungle. It was also pretty cool. And just in general, just the bus rides to go to these places are pretty fun as well. You actually see Ghana.
We traveled to Cape Coast and saw there a castle, and also were in some rainforests. And then in our second week here, we visited the USCC Future Leaders, where we teach little kids how to read and write.
The moment we arrived here, so many children came to us, hugged us. They were so happy to see us, and I just felt so comfortable here and so loved. It was the first time I had the feeling that someone really wanted us to be here.
When the students come here, they enjoy the warm weather, I should say, although sometimes it gets a bit too warm. They also enjoy the various landmarks, the natural beauty, the nature that we have here, the vegetation. It's all new, and they get to see the waterfalls, for example, and they get to experience the Ghanaian culture, the warmness and the hospitality that a lot of Ghanaians have.
Everyone here was very pleasant. I came here and everyone greeted me very friendly. The food was great. I made friends very quickly, and I think I'm going to keep those friends for a long time.
We took one night to go to a resort, and when we came back and we went to our rooms, the people were so happy that we were back, and they hugged us and they said they missed us, even though we had just been gone for one night. And it just made me feel even more welcome.
Experience all the new things with the new students, and we had to learn all the names, and we had to get used to the spicy food. But I do have to say, everything here is pretty nice.
Since the beginning of the trip, I've grown to become more independent, I think, because I'm not living with my parents anymore or anything like that. Getting my own food, getting my own clothes, it's just stuff like that. Making sure I put sun cream on, things like that, things that you would not normally worry too much about in Germany.
I think it's important for students to participate in those kind of programs and those trips to different countries because it just opens up their mind. It also connects the students on the trip. We're in different classes, but we're still really good friends now.
You become more open-minded, and I think that's just really important in order to live with other people and to communicate with other people.
Most people haven't traveled to Africa or specifically to Ghana, and I think it's just an experience that you could never experience in Germany.
They've seen on this trip what it's like to be part of a top boarding school here in Ghana, where students are competing for the absolute best places in universities here and in the States, and how hard they work and how different their work ethic is and how different you can approach your studies without it necessarily being better or worse, just different. But what I think really then underpins that is when we, in the second week, we go to Future Leaders, which is a school in the deprived area of Accra, where parents often can't pay and are not expected to pay, and we're there as teachers. So their sense of responsibility increases immediately. Their empathy for the students, trying to make it from this very low start, but still committed to trying to make it in this world. I think it's a very humbling experience for them, and one that makes them, when they come back to Cologne, yes, they've still got their old mindset there, but they can add to it these other mindsets of there are people as privileged as I am struggling and fighting in a much harder way. And at the same time, there are people with nothing also struggling and they need help. So some of these people might be our competitors, some might be people we need to support, but we're all students and teachers together because the love across all of these people is very, very clear to see and feel.